Guess what movie we're doing? Here's a hint. Why so serious?
Okay,
leave that out of here.
No, that is very misleading.
Sorry, Heath. There's a new king of the joke.
Yes, King of the Jokers.
King of the Joker.
No, but that's very misleading. And we're not doing Dark Knight.
I know.
We're not doing Dark Knight, so shut your bitch
I thought that was in this movie.
Shut up!
Thought he said
We're
that.
doing Joker with
Never-
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin,
never once-
Joaquin Phoenix.
Directed by Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips. Due date.
He did Hangover.
Oh, he did
Hangover
Due Date?
1, 2. And he did, Due Date.
You said he did shitty movies and he did.
Oh!
I didn't say he did shitty movies. Fuck you. Yeah, you did.
I said
he did
he did
fucking
it.
Due Date. Go fuck yourself, you idiot. You're stupid.
Joker is
He did different kinds of movies. He did
I
more
saw a press
Hollywood
You
interview.
used the word shit in some form. It was
I
a
didn't
shit
say
movie.
shit.
Fuck you,
I
dude.
said I
Fuck
said,
No,
you,
you're
dude.
wrong and you're fucking stupid, Sash.
You're not allowed
Todd
to
Phillips.
speak.
Woo!
Yeah, no, Todd
Sash,
Phillips, woo.
Joker's in the Due Date-averse, whether you like it or not. And you need to fucking
Due
accept.
Date-averse. Is it in the Hangover verse, huh?
Yeah.
No, you idiot! I mean, the Hangover sequels were...
No, that's all I'm saying. Like, he made Hangover level movies.
Yeah, they were...
Hangover
Shut up.
level,
Just
like
no,
that
Sash,
brand
shut
of
the fuck
movies.
up. Shut the fuck up. You are backpedaling so hard.
I'm not backpedaling. I never said he made
I remember
shit to movies.
Old
I
School.
never
You guys
said
ever see
that.
Old School?
No.
Oh, I've seen Old
The
School.
Will
That's a good
Ferrell?
movie.
Yeah.
The Will
Yeah, no, I've
Ferrell
never
one.
seen it, but I
That
heard
was...
it's good.
I mean, it's been ages, but I remember really liking it. But then
I
again...
thought it was
like,
very funny. I always thought it was very funny.
Yeah, I did rewatch Hangover, and I was like, this is, it's funny, but it's just not as...
It's not. It's missing something. It feels like there's not enough just bites.
And
to it.
comedies
Where I
is
can
like...
just chomp down on it.
But yes, Joker.
Yeah, no. Let's
Great movie. Holy
start with Todd
shit.
Phillips because we were already on the topic. Todd Phillips did an amazing
No.
job.
Start with a round of applause. Because
Okay,
this movie was
for
awesome.
this movie, yeah, round of a fucking applause. Yes, absolutely. And round of applause for Todd Phillips. Come on,
Okay,
dude.
yeah, I'll do that too.
The directing in this is beautiful. It's like so many fucking shots. All the lighting is so good. The colors and everything and the aesthetic is just all
Amazing
fucking fits.
Grace, how sweet the Joker was.
And was.
Oh, and Todd Phillips. What a great combo. Joaquin and, yeah. Man, absolutely chilling, man. This movie was crazy.
This movie gave the thrills
This
and chills.
movie was, it was like a good painting it was like a million good paintings all in a row.
Oh, there you go.
With sound and light and ambiance and...
Damn.
All of which were fucking perfect.
Ugh.
All of which
Amazing.
are perfect. There's not a
damn,
single aspect of this movie that's
Wish
fucking
I
bad.
saw with
dude.
you guys now. God damn.
Yeah, and I want you to.
Well,
fucking
we
be
barely
there,
saw
Greg.
it together too, because we
Yeah, I
it was
heard.
like sold out. Yeah, we sat like in front and behind. We in front and behind.
Yeah, no, I
instead
told
of
him.
left and right.
Because this movie theater, even on the second weekend, is still packed.
racking it
Still
up.
packed.
And the
people.
thing is, they
Buy
have
your
a
tickets
showing
now
every
if you want
hour.
to see it in
Yeah,
sometime in the next month.
Despite the media trying to be like, this movie...
You can't drag us down, bitch! You can't drag
Yeah.
it down! You,
will-
can't do
You
it!
will die if you see this movie.
I
no.
swear to God!
Yeah, what the fuck?
That just seems...
Also, stop being such a pussy. Go see the fucking movie. Like, you're
Oh
probably
my
not gonna
God.
die.
You and me talked about how we were scared to see it opening weekend.
Yeah,
Wait, why?
because there's people talking about shooting the theaters up, and we were
That
like,
was
I don't want to
gonna
get shot.
fucking happen.
I mean, I was pretty anxious at first, but that's just... But it was the media. It was just...
It was all
If
the
you,
media.
let's be honest.
Oh
if you
my
can't,
God.
If you can't get laid, you probably can't coordinate a massacre. Let's be real. So
Yeah.
In hindsight, there
Oh
was
my
nothing
gosh.
to fear.
And there's nothing in the movie that was like about that either.
No,
Also,
not
It
at
was
all.
like the tiniest fucking part. Yeah, people were. It was just like the girl. Yeah,
Honestly, it's
that was
complete.
so yeah,
It's
oh my
complete
God.
fucking
people
ignorance.
were blowing shit out of.
Because
Yeah,
you know what they hate? They hate the fact that like they gave this guy a justified reason to kill. And that just is like, oh, that's wrong. Like, killing is so wrong. But like, come on, just focus on his perspective here.
Yeah,
Like, that's
it's an
all.
art
That's
piece,
all
man.
they're trying to fucking show you is this different
Also-
perspective of this different person's life And like, you're not gonna know what that's like. They're trying to show you that, and instead of paying attention to that, you're like, oh no, killing is bad, and it's like,
Yeah, so
he
you guys want
kind of
to
has a
Captain
reason.
America 4 or something? It's
Oh
a
my
different
God.
movie. Jesus Christ.
Also,
it's not. It's just a different fucking movie.
I mean, logic is almost out of the window for these people, but at the same time,
Oh, it
you know,
is.
I mean, like, the people that would do this kind of, like, fucked up shit,
Oh,
but,
yeah.
like, if they worship this movie, why would you kill the people seeing the movie that you
Yeah,
worship?
those are your friends.
Wouldn't you like
Yeah, those are the people
guys?
that get it.
Yeah, wouldn't you go to fucking, I don't know, some, like, Judy or something?
Okay.
Downton
what's
Abbey?
Judy?
It's the movie in theaters.
It's
It's about Judy Garland. Wizard of Oz.
snore.
That's what I'm talking about, though. Like, if the people in Joker, you'd like those guys, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
And I was talking about this earlier. Like, the guy, I looked it up. Like, the Aurora Dark Knight Rises guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all that, like, him worshiping the Joker and trying to be like
No,
the
that's
Joker was
bullshit.
a load of, like, he just had, like, they just saw dyed hair and they're like, oh, but he had orange dyed hair.
Yeah,
And,
and
like,
what the fuck? You know what? I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
He had orange hair.
It
Are you
wasn't
kidding
green.
me, people? You know what they tied it to? They tied it to that hospital scene where he's wearing a red
Yeah.
wig. The one time in the fucking movie he wore
Also,
a red wig.
the movie, like it was the. Did he see the movie?
Well, it was, he only chose
How
it
would
because
he
it was
know?
opening weekend.
How would he know that?
There's a
scene
lot of
was
people.
out?
Yeah, he chose it because there's a lot of people.
I know, but I'm talking about like the connection between the red hair and then the Joker red hair. It's like, did he even see the movie? Like, didn't the movie just come out? How would he
Well,
know
Dark
that
Knight
the
Rises.
Oh, it was Rises.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dark Knight
Oh.
Rises is where he shot
Oh,
it
then
up.
yeah, he saw the movie.
Although
probably was a
I like
connection.
saw something like it really sucks. Like I saw like where like what point in the movie that happened, and whenever I rewatch Dark Knight Rises, I always can't help it. It's like,
Oh, I don't know it.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, you guys,
Yeah.
better, you guys not knowing, but it's like, oh, that's
What
just,
was it?
You
No, I don't want to know now.
I wanna know.
You know what? I kind
Grow
of want
up.
to fucking know.
It
Let me
was
hear
when Bane goes to like that stock market. It's like when they robbed that
I
the
remember that.
big stock market.
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
robbed that place.
Oh, yeah.
And
That was a good scene,
that
though.
was a good scene, but it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's just. Oof.
Yeah. No, that's nice to know. That's a nice. It's just a fun fact. I mean.
I guess. Yeah, I read it on IMDb.
Yeah, no, but this one they especially fucked up. It seems like the media always tries
Oh,
to
that's right.
find a way to like connect violence and all the things that are happening in the real world to like,
It's the-
video games
yeah,
or
it's
movies.
they've been
and
doing
they
this
latch
forever.
on to anything that just like even just nibbles at the fucking hook, and they just run
Mm-hmm.
to town to stop this movie. They like completely try to not
You guys
let
are-
these
oh,
movies get money,
the
and that
media's going
pisses me
down,
off.
dude. The media-
And the thing
people
is, it's not even fucking
people are
working.
finally
It's not even
realizing,
fucking
dude.
working. It's been 2 weeks since this
That's what I'm
movie's out,
saying.
and all I've
That's
been
what I'm
hearing.
saying. People have finally realized that the media is bullshit and we're standing up against it. Everybody knows now.
No.
This is proof. The Joker, everyone watches the Joker. Everyone fucking loves the Joker. The media's shitting on the Joker. People are loving the Joker.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, media. Are you scared?
Also,
Oh
thank
wait,
you.
I mean, we meant the Joker was good. Fuck you, media, you spineless worms.
Also, thank
I
you.
have heard only like stellar things since that movie's dropped.
Yeah, 'cause it's
Before
stellar,
it,
'cause movie's stellar.
the week before it, I heard such dog
I
shit.
thought it was Joker.
I heard such dog shit, and then right after, amazing. He doesn't do his laugh like that. if anything. No, his laugh is so good.
So
Oh my
good.
God.
I love his dancing too, dude.
No.
He was beautiful. Even when he's like, literally every time he danced.
Okay,
it was
this
like,
is a spoiler
fucking
review. I
awesome.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
the
obviously
scene
spoiler.
after he
Yeah,
shoots
I mean-
those people in the subway,
Pop,
and he,
pop, pop. 3 shots, 4 shots, 5 shots. You're done. You're done. You don't fuck with Arthur Fleck.
Oh my gosh.
You don't. No, that scene was amazing. And then right after that, it goes to him into this bathroom or whatever the fuck he is. And he just like, that's when the music hit. And the music in this movie, amazing.
great.
10 out of 10, top notch. Every time that song came on, it gave me the chills the second time watching it. Oh my God. And then so the music starts and he's just like, dancing, just like expressing himself after having just like this liberating moment that he's just always fucking wanted and was just so thirsty for. And, like, the lighting in there was beautiful. The music was beautiful. The dancing and everything was just so perfect. And when he just looks into the mirror with his, like, hands out, just, like, kind of just, like, showing you just, like, this is just, like, what I am. And he's just kind of, like, self-reflecting. Everything about that scene was amazing. Seriously, it was just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, oh damn, yeah, this isn't as fresh in my head.
Yeah.
I
I really wish you saw this with us again.
But I thought the laughing thing was clever. I thought that was a cool, unique way to,
cool.
you know.
I
something
love
different.
that too, because you could tell, like, whenever people were, like, about to beat the shit out of him, he was, like, so scared, because he's, like, it's like, this is a misunderstanding, like, I'm not trying to laugh.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh, it was so fucking good!
I was very confused about the laughing thing the first time, because I'm like, so is he just, like, laughing because, like...
It was hard to tell sometimes.
I'm like, does he
But I
actually
like
have a
that,
condition?
though.
Does he not? I liked having that mystery, but at the same time, like, the second time I kind of understood that, like, it feels like he laughs whenever, like, he just has, like, a strong emotion of any kind.
Yeah, it's like whenever he's, like, really nervous or, like, uncomfortable.
Yeah, or just deep sadness or whatever. He just doesn't know how to, like, express it and just, like, kind of, like, just, like, you know, put it out there. So like, the laughing is just kind of, like, how he just does it. Like, how he just expresses that emotion. And he can't even, like, help it. And it just kind of just comes out of him. Like, he can't cry. He can't, like, just be nervous or have anxiety. He just has to, like, laugh. Like, that's the only way he can do it. Like, that's what I got the second time around. And it fit, like, most of the movie, so, I don't know.
Yeah. If I had to pick two flaws of the movie, it's not that. But it's like,
I'm curious because the second time, like, I can't find flaws.
Well, just like
the first time I had plenty.
I guess the dialogue and like the not overall, but I mean like the two specific parts was like the subway guy singing the song was like a little weird, and also the kids bullying him at the beginning. I was like, what?
Oh, like where they broke his sign.
It seemed very over the top and took me out of it because it just felt like.
Yeah, they, like, touch on that later. They kept
Yeah.
saying, like it's getting worse out there. Like, everybody's, like, crazy. But, yeah, I know what you were saying. Like, it's like, man, they were like, Jesus Christ.
And
these
that
kids
was
were really
and
mean.
that was one
Yeah.
flaw that I had the first time watching it because I'm like, the plot kind of felt predictable in a way, and it had like these like weird things like that where like the guy singing on the substation. Where it was like that was kind of like weird and felt kind of cliche, and like, you know, the kids like, you know, beating him up and like, you know, breaking the sign. Like, I thought that was a flaw, but like in the second time around, it didn't really take me out of it.
Yeah, it never took me out.
It never took me out of it.
That's
Like
strong.
Yeah, the first time it definitely did, but like the second time around, it just kind of flowed with the movie. It's just kind of because like you had to have this guy go through the shit, like the bottom of the barrel grime shit, in order for him to get to that level. And like, yeah, I don't know. And at no point like did the crazy just stuff that was happening to him felt out of place, didn't feel out of place because. I don't know, it was Gotham, and I don't know, it just fit.
Yeah.
It fit with the tone, it was fit with what they were
I feel
trying
like
to show
shit like
you.
that always, like, it seems like, if it was, I don't know, it's really weird. It's like, if in New York, it's like, that's kind of crazy, but in Gotham, I feel like anything can happen.
That's
you
true.
know? Like, even at the riots at the end of the city, it's like, this would never happen, like, in New York, but
Yeah.
like, Gotham, sure, why not?
That's true.
And it never
Feels
felt
cool.
too unrealistic. Like, the kids beating him up, like, yeah, kids do that shit. And it's like, it's this clown, like, this person that they make fun, like, you know, just, like, make fun of and shit. Like, I don't know, it fit. And especially in Gotham, like, it fits.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it
fucking
Gotham fit for sure.
And they needed to have that, because it's like, they needed to find a way to, like, you know, get him in trouble and all this stuff. Like, there was a point to it, at least.
But it did kind of at times. Well, this is gonna sound harsh at first, but it did feel like like a less subtle version of Taxi Driver. You know what I mean?
That's what a lot of people
But
were saying.
at the same time, the Joker isn't really a subtle character.
No.
So you can't like with like the main character Taxi Driver. It's very different. Like he appears to be not crazy, but then it's like you get to know him. But it's like Joker. It's like you know right away. So it's like it's understandable, but so. Yeah, I don't know if that's really a flaw, but because it's it's a Joker.
The thing is, like Todd Phillips and what's his name, main guy,
Joaquin
main actor,
Phoenix.
Joaquin. Yeah, going into the movie, like they wanted, it was kind of like an homage to just like Martin Scorsese.
Oh,
100%.
100%.
Like they straight up said it, like because it's so like that's why they had
Robert De Niro.
He's like
literally,
straight up in the movie. He's basically playing a character he played in like a Martin Scorsese film that he was
King
the
of
main
Comedy.
King of Comedy, and it's like it's an homage to it. It's not like they're like ripping it off because it's like
No,
they're doing its own thing, but it's like they're definitely addressing like where their influences are coming from, where their like creative thought process was at when they made this movie, and how they went about directing it too. So it's like if it's doing its own thing, like it's not really a problem. Like I don't see a problem with that, you know. And I haven't seen Taxi Driver, so I mean, it didn't like stick out to me. But yeah, no, now it really makes me want to see because it's like
it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
that movie is great.
Yeah.
So it's like they're doing their own thing. It never felt like copied. I mean, did it to you?
No.
Yeah.
No. There's a very different plot. It's just there's a lot of it's kind of like Taxi Driver and King of Comedy put together.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's one scene where he's like imitating like the interview with the talk show host, and that's like straight.
Yeah, no,
from
that's
King of
straight
Comedy.
from King of Comedy. I after the movie, after we saw it the first.
King of Comedy.
I haven't seen it, but like after the movie, I was just like looking more into it because I was like really interested. And yeah, like the King of Comedy thing, it was like De Niro like in the same like kind of like panel and like right in the center, like the color palette, everything. But De Niro was very good. Like he fit like what he was supposed to fit.
Yeah. I also, I mean, this also, it would have been nice to like, because it was a very stylized movie. It would have been nice if Gotham City was more like, more Gotham City. You know what I mean?
Like more,
I feel like because it looked very like New Yorky.
It felt very New York. I think would have helped it separated from Taxi Driver if they made it really look like Gotham City. You know,
I think.
I mean, what exactly do you want added? That's what I'm saying.
Like a more modern version of like the '89 movie.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm
okay,
picturing.
Like that would have really helped the
It just looks a little
visuals,
more
and that would have made
comical,
it look much.
I
Like,
thought it's still. I get what you're saying. Like, it didn't feel like Gotham in the sense that like there wasn't enough like Gotham-esque things, but I felt like it still had a grimy like.
Yeah, no,
It definitely, they did do a good job.
visuals are
low
great.
part of the city type of feel. I felt like they just couldn't do this, like with the 83 film or whatever. Like they could like show like the city and like they could do all this stuff, but this was like a character study, so it's like it was mainly focused on Joker. So I can't find a time where they could have just like shown more of the city.
No, I don't mean
like
just
that.
like have it look more. I don't want like. I don't know, but it's not. That's just like a taste thing.
Yeah. No, but I get what
Nothing-
you mean. That would have just added to it for sure.
Yeah.
But it's still the grimy thing.
Oh, yeah,
so
there's still
that's
a
why it didn't bother me that much.
And I also loved it was set in the late 70s, early 80s, but there's no dialogue. There's no like.
Oh,
yeah,
thank God!
Yes,
Praise the fucking
It is the
Lord.
80s after all. The city, it's crazy, but remember, it's like it's in the 80s, because that's how it is in the 80s. I love Motley Crue. Get the fuck out of here. Bullshit.
Yeah, it's like subtle. It's like they don't have like cell phones and like they still have like old
Yeah.
school TVs
You can
and
smoke
like
in the
the
hospital.
smoking out.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
subtle
yeah.
shit like that.
That's
what works. Subtlety.
I wish more movies would do that.
Oh my God.
Well, I think
Yeah, it
it's-
is weird. They a lot of movies like really just like need they feel like they really need you to know.
You know
like,
why?
like,
It's
I
because
get it. I
when you
know.
don't know how to write
Christ.
and when you have poor writing, you have to make shit very obvious so you can get your point across. You can't be subtle because your writing can't match up to that and actually convey that.
I think it's more of like a mainstream, like the comic movies, or like it's more like those movies that do that kind of stuff. I feel like the more like the more like Oscar movies don't like there are those kind of level like dramas don't do that. It's usually just like if it's like X-Men Apocalypse that does shit like that,
Oh
or like
my
Stranger
God.
Things. But that's kind of also the point. So that's a little different.
Yeah.
But yeah. So.
Yeah, Stranger Things is so much about the vibe.
It's
like they
supposed
kinda
to be
have
like
to
that.
throw
Although
shove that down your throat.
the 80s nostalgia is kind of I'm getting kind of sick of it. Like,
Yeah,
I'll always love that kind of music, but like
no,
the
yeah,
synthy
no, the music
stuff.
always, yeah.
But like, just like, I think after Stranger Things, I don't need any more movies of kids on bicycles. Like, that's like so.
Yeah, like there was like mid-90s.
Well, mid-90s was skateboards.
Still, it's the
And that was
same
90s.
Also not the 80s.
But I mean, like,
No, but it's the same thing. Like kids riding bikes, and it's an adolescent thing. Like there was Boyhood. Like there's so many adolescent
Don't
kids
fucking
like
compare
growing up.
Boyhood to mid-90s.
yeah, I'm not. I was.
They're pretty comparable. What the fuck?
I wasn't talking about.
Boyhood.
I wasn't talking.
Boyhood's a good movie.
Boyhood's a good movie.
Boyhood's
I
a
never
great
seen it.
movie.
I was talking about like It or like stuff
Wait,
like
is
that.
Boyhood the movie
That's
where-
another one.
Yeah, It and Boyhood are not at all similar at all.
Yeah,
I
can we
haven't
get
even.
back to Joker? What the fuck are you talking about?
No, but you had a
We
question.
got-
What
we're
were you
down a
saying?
rabbit
What is
hole,
Boyhood?
babies.
Boyhood is that one movie where they
What
track
is
this
Boyhood?
kid
Oh yeah,
through,
where
like
it's like actually
12
they-
years.
Yeah, fuck that movie. Okay, back
That's
to
a good movie.
I haven't
It's not
seen
a-
it.
It's
Fuck,
not
don't really have much
amazing, but
interest in
8
it.
out of 10. I still think that movie's great.
8 out of okay. I'm
No,
not
it's a
even gonna
great
comment on
movie.
that.
What the
Jesus
fuck?
Christ.
I got my own Boyhood to worry about. All right.
It won
That's what I
best.
was good
It won
thinking,
best
too.
picture.
I'm not gonna watch a movie about someone else's boyhood.
I got my own
gotta-
Boyhood.
Can't even get my own boyhood under control. Jesus Christ.
I'm in the middle of my own Boyhood. I'm not gonna.
Can't track 2 boyhoods at once.
No, we are in the middle of our boyhood.
No, we're not.
No, we are out of it, dude.
You think you're in your
No,
boyhood?
Boyhood tracks him through like
Josh,
when he's
you're
like
21.
24. No, that's what they do. They go up until like he's like 25.
You're a
When he's like
boy.
pretty fucking
You're a little
old.
boy right now.
I'm saying that's
you
what
think you're in
the
the
movie's
middle of your
about.
experience
I'm
of being
saying
a
that's
boy?
what the movie's about, asshole.
You think you're about halfway done being a boy? So when you're 42, you'll be a man?
Good fucking job.
Anyway. Joker was so good, man.
Joker
Yo,
was
it's
so
so
good.
good.
Love what they did with killing Thomas Wayne. Love how they
Home
made
run,
Thomas
baby.
Wayne a little bitch.
I
man.
genuinely
Thomas Wayne
think
was
that's
piece
a
of shit
much
in this
better
movie.
written.
Yeah,
than the
mugging.
comics.
His parents got mugged. Oh my god, Jesus Christ!
This
so
is such a
fucking-
good way to do it, and this
Yeah,
is
this
a,
was so much cooler.
it's
Yeah.
better than like getting your ass dropped in a vat of acid and then you just go insane
yeah,
because you
yeah.
look so ugly or whatever.
They also
Yeah, what
like
the
a lot
fuck
of
is
times
that
they make
shit?
Thomas Wayne out to be a saint.
Yeah.
Like,
And this is great because it's like you can still have that perception that like
Yeah.
he is a saint. Like a lot of people could have that, and even his mom.
Yeah, because he's
kinda
like
has
trying to
that.
save the city. He's
Yeah, but it's like
Sounds like
when
he's
you're
actually
when
a
you're a
cock, though.
person when you're like poor and you're just like in that level, like looking up to these politicians, you just get pissed off because it's like your conditions are still the same. And it's like they're preaching about like all these things they're gonna do for you, but it's like in actuality they're not doing shit. And like he lost his like social services and like the things that like society kind of like owes him as being a citizen. And he was just so tired of that, and he was sick of like hearing about Thomas Wayne and how he's supposed to change the city and how he's this great guy. And he just fucking lost it. Like, they just completely made sense with Thomas Wayne. That's so much better written than in the comics.
and this kind
This ties in like his death so well, the economy of like Gotham so well, and like even the Joker's origin like perfectly with
Yeah.
Batman and everything. Like,
And
oh
it-
my god.
it kind of flips it a little and makes the Batman Joker dynamic a little more complicated and interesting.
Yeah,
That he's
yeah.
kind of like the wealthy, like
Yeah, he's like a rich boy.
Oh,
He's
that's
Yeah.
so born to
good.
privilege.
yeah, it makes it adds so much more to it. you know?
Yeah. And
I
Joker's
love
not
that.
just you're right. It's not just some dude who fell in acid. Like he
Yeah.
actually has a
and then
story.
killed his parents. I'm glad. I was a little worried he was gonna kill like Bruce's
Oh,
parents.
yeah, that would've been
It
icky.
seemed like they were almost. It seemed
It
like
seemed like
it almost seemed like a last minute decision in the movie. Where
Yeah,
they're
no,
like,
me and Tony were talking about it. It seemed like at so many points, like they could have easily went the what I like to call the Hollywood comic book route and
Yeah, we
done
were
some
saying
stupid
when,
shit.
when
got
he-
it.
when
But
he
they
killed the
don't.
people
They
on the
always make the
subway,
smart decision.
When we were watching the scene when he killed the people on the subway, because they were like kicking him on the ground and like when the gut. First off, we're saying that's how we started talking about it, because like that shot, like that scene when like the gut, like it's like the lights like flashing on and off, and then it's like on the ground, you're looking up, and then you just see like boom, you just see like the blood go through. That was awesome. But
Again,
yeah, I thought it was
directing,
an
amazing.
accident.
Directing,
I thought
amazing.
like I thought he like kicked the gun or something, like it went up by accident. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
And now
That's
he feels
stupid.
bad and he has
But
to
then
run
they like
away.
but then they like show him like he's got the
Oh,
gun and
no.
he's shooting the rest. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
fuck yes, that is it, dude.
I'm also glad I mean, I like the direction it took eventually, but I'm so glad he wasn't actually his brother. Like that.
Oh
yeah, no.
my
When I was
God.
like,
I was
oh
like,
my
please,
god,
God,
are
No.
That would have been Batman versus Superman.
Yeah,
that
I'm
would've
like,
been- oh, no,
yeah, yeah, that's what we're saying. They like almost like want you to think that they're gonna fuck the movie up, but then they're like,
Yeah.
no, watch this.
That's why I want to watch it again, because the first time seeing it, there were parts
Yeah, I
where
would love to see it again.
There were parts where I was like, oh, I don't know if I like this, just because of those ways.
Greg, listen to me.
Yeah.
I had the same doubts as you. Like when you walked out of the movie the first time, I guarantee, second time watching it, none of that is gonna matter. Everything flow like after you
'cause
have
you have
that
nothing to worry
perfect.
about now.
Yeah.
After you have that change in perspective, like after seeing it the first time, like everything.
Yeah, that's what we're
just
talking about
makes
too.
sense.
Like with him and the girl, like before you find out that like none of that happened or whatever.
It
when
seems
he's like on these
stupid.
dates with his girl, I'm like,
Yes.
what the fuck is going
Oh,
on? Like,
yes.
how is she into him? Like, what is
I was
happening?
like pissed about that.
I know.
I was like,
yeah,
fucking
that
kidding me?
that was actually like taking me out of it. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this is bullshit.
The first time I left the movie, I still left the movie believing that it was a genuine relationship. I
Wait,
just
after the movie was over?
Yeah, I thought I skipped the delusional part.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
surprised you thought that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I don't
missed
know.
it.
I
They
just completely
actually,
missed it.
my problem with it is that they kind of made it a little too clear. Where
Yeah, like they're showing
I
the
didn't
scene
thought
of,
it was-
like
I didn't think
they
it was
show
clear.
They
Dude, they
literally
show
show
the
a scene
scene
where
with
she's-
her they're there and then right after
Oh,
with her
that!
not
Oh, the
there.
reveal. Okay.
That's was like.
Yeah, not while she's with.
It would have been a lot cooler if they left that out.
But I don't know. I think at the
But
same
you
time.
didn't even realize it. I don't know.
Yeah, they left that out.
No,
You've
but
been fucked.
Greg, you know why? Because it's like, remember when he's talking to that record guy, the record holder guy, the guy from Atlanta?
Oh yeah.
Like that whole scene, like seeing it the first time, I thought it was really boring. So it's like when you're finding out all these details, I kind of just like
Yeah.
skim past it. Like I wasn't really paying attention because I thought that scene the first time was so boring. But so that's why. But no, but the thing, the difficult part about not just showing you what happened is because so much of the movie, she's in it as like, this like love interest. And like they're showing you from the perspective like it's actually happening. So it's to get the audience like, just very clearly have them understand that like, he's just
No, but I
delusional
think they
about
could have
this.
done
It's
that.
kind of hard.
But no, I think they could have done that really well if they just do the
The
scene where
dialogue
like
was already perfectly
no, they
set up.
they could have just they had it like
Yeah.
where he's sitting like she walks in,
I
he's
missed
in
it.
her apartment, and then he's in her apartment, and she's like, oh, what are you doing in here? And then she's like, you're Arthur, right? She's like, you're the guy. Like she like clearly doesn't like know him very well. Like if they just had that would have been enough to be like, okay, clearly they're not in a relationship.
See, but the thing is, I missed the delusional thing, and I had to go by.
This is on you, dude.
No.
paying
Can you
attention.
hear me out? Can you fucking hear me out? So I missed the delusional thing, and that scene happened, and at no point did I feel like, oh, this is like, she's just meeting a stranger. I thought she was just like shocked that she saw him in the apartment and felt that was creepy because it's
Dude,
like
she like barely knew his name.
Yeah, I think you weren't listening to the
that's on
dialogue.
you, yeah.
It was clearly.
I
She's
don't
like,
know.
your name's Arthur,
I'm just
right?
saying.
Yeah.
I'm
like
just
if they
saying.
went on dates and like she was consoling him at the
Yeah,
hospital, like she would know
She
his
was
name.
clearly not
I'm just
sure.
saying that the movie, so much of the time, made her out to be this clear love interest that unless that it could easily be considered, like just like missed like that.
I don't think so.
Because it was so much of the movie, and it's like all of that is supposed to change within a couple scenes. Like it's kind of hard.
I remember people like
They
kind of.
did it basically. They had it. They did it. What do you mean?
I
It's
know.
kinda hard. They did it perfectly. I think.
But you guys are saying that
I'm saying
they shoved
they-
it in your face too much, and I'm saying that they didn't do that. I think
I'm saying
did
they
that
could
as
have
fine.
taken that out, and I think it would have been even a little bit
Yeah, 'cause
cooler if
I
they
remember.
took that out.
I remember
Maybe,
hearing,
but at the same time, I don't have a problem with it being there because it got the point across. I don't know.
I think I think that's where we're differing.
it
Is that
felt a little like
it's like a little too
hand-holdy.
much? Yeah.
Like that's where the studio got involved,
Uh-huh.
And also, I remember hearing like gasps right when she said the dialogue, like before before cutting to the scene.
yes.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. The dialogues appears like, oh shit.
I just loved it. Was just a cool way to reveal it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not a big deal.
It is a very small thing because it's like they don't really focus on it. They just show you like a flat. Like
I don't want to
three
spend the whole podcast.
Yeah,
on
they
that.
just have the
Yeah,
three
that's fair.
flashes.
We are really like
Yeah.
having a hard time.
Yeah,
because
because all they have is like the three flashes of like the 3 points that like she was
hurt
with
my eyes.
him, and that's it, and that was it.
It's like J.J. Abrams took control for a
It was
second.
like 4 seconds. It was literally like 4 seconds.
Yeah. But yeah.
But I see what you guys are saying, though. I see what you're saying. I didn't have as much of a problem with it, but I see where you guys are coming from. for
also,
sure.
what else did I love?
I really
about this
appreciate.
movie?
Looking back, I really appreciate. I thought it was. Once he becomes the Joker, I was like, "Fuck yeah!" But there was a point where I was like, okay, come on, he's gonna be the Joker at the last couple
No,
scenes. I was
dude.
like,
No,
fuck
no,
this.
No, that's how
this
it's
is saying-
fucking
I thought
supposed to
the
be.
pacing was 100% perfect from
Oh
beginning
my
to end.
God,
I
there's
don't
not-
think-
there's not a
yeah.
single wasted scene.
I'm saying I thought that while watching it, but then once it got to the Joker, I was like, oh, okay, this paid off. This makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just my thought process. Well, but like, as a whole, it's like...
Yeah, that's a very
makes it-
common theme of this movie. I feel like
Yeah.
is like the thought process during the movie is like different from like right when it ends.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
even like once you get to like the last like quarter of the movie, I think it like settles in where it's like
Mm-hmm.
okay, all this stuff that I was like kind of worried about that I wasn't sure about, now it makes sense. Now it settles in. Now it's
Yep.
fucking amazing. Now
Yeah.
it's like all right, now let's see how this ends. Let's see
And
where this goes.
that's the thing. All these comic book movies, I feel like they want to give you the action and the good stuff to like keep the people entertained. Like you have to have like an action scene here and here after like this much time.
Oh yeah.
This time, like they just took their time, like, and like that's where
Yeah, and it
that's
was
where a
because it was
lot
a
of
character
normies
development.
going
The
into the
Joker's
movie.
a hard one to do that.
And
for.
like, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
where
he's
a
very
lot of
action-based.
normies like, and people who just go to movies to like just be entertained like mindlessly, they could easily hate this movie for that
You should just
reason.
call people normies.
Yeah, normie, like
Oh
yeah,
my
normie.
gosh.
No, like,
we are
like
getting real pretentious.
This
Jesus
movie's perfect for you.
no, what do you mean? Normies are the people who would like to see Hobbs and Shaw to genuinely be entertained. That's what I'm trying to say. What do you mean?
I know.
I'm just saying, you sound like a fucking douchebag when you call people normies.
The average moviegoer that needs to be entertained by stuff like that. Okay, you know what I'm saying. You can laugh all you want. I don't fucking care. But if you're butthurt, you can say it in the comments. I don't fucking care.
No one says anything in the comments.
I know, but still, you guys are so offended for these people, so fine. Fuck you guys. You're ruining movies, okay? There you go. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, normie brain.
Yeah, that's right. If you need an action scene, like, throughout this movie, like, you're not gonna be into it, because it's like, you're not gonna get that. The most amount of action you get is towards the end. The rest of the movie doesn't really have any.
And it's great. When it happens, it's great.
That's the thing,
talk
'cause it
show,
has a
oh my
payoff.
God.
So good.
That's the best scene in the movie by far, is when they're
Yeah.
just talking and he shoots him and it's fucking crazy and it's, oh, the dial. This is definitely like, this Joker is definitely like the creepiest and like the most insane. Like Heath Ledger was kind of like
he kind of had a plan. It was
and he
more
was like a
yeah.
mastermind.
Yeah.
This Joker could not plan major things, but he was so out.
But at the same
out of
time, he
it.
wasn't dumb either.
No, yeah,
I
he wasn't
like
dumb.
that. Yeah, he was just.
But
like,
he just couldn't. He wouldn't be able to have this whole plan to, a Dark
Exactly
Knight level
right.
plan.
Exactly.
But it's a different kind of thing, and which I'm glad they didn't, try and
yeah,
copy.
they did the perfect amount. Yeah, but they still like stayed true to the character. But yeah, you're right. They also didn't just like copy any other Joker that had been.
And they didn't go so
before.
crazy out of the box like Jared Leto,
Yeah,
where
where
it's
it's
like,
like, what the
oh, he's a fucking
Yeah, and if people
gangster.
wanted that, if people wanted just like this nihilistic, like, I don't give a fuck about anything kind of Joker, they might not like this either,
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
I can see how, like, some people could not like it.
Yeah, this movie is getting a lot of love and a lot of hate. It's very
It's
mixed.
very, yeah. But I don't know, more recently.
And does have like, it is kind of like I heard it described as like a dorm room poster movie, where it's kind of like, like Fight Club falls in that, where it's like, it's like it can attract the wrong, like some really douchey.
I think the vibe it is,
No, I
it's
feel
Yeah.
that.
it's got like an indie vibe, like an indie movie vibe, but
it's not really
It's
indie.
not.
That's-
It's not
the same
indie
thing
at
as
all. It's
Fight
a
Club.
Hollywood.
Yeah, it's like a Hollywood.
It's still a
yeah.
Hollywood ass movie.
Yeah, it's like a Hollywood movie wearing an indie movie mask, and so people are like, "Oh yeah, it's an indie
It's
movie."
kind of like
Yeah.
Pink Floyd. What is it?
Yeah,
Dark Side of
yeah,
the Moon.
yeah.
Like, no, that's a genuinely good album, and it's like, it's a classic,
it's,
whatever. But it's like
that's
it's
on
so
t-shirts
well
at
known.
Walmart.
It's
Yeah.
so well
Yeah,
known
exactly.
that it's like it's not cool or like
Yeah,
not
that's a
that
good-
well
that's a
known or
good-
anything. Yeah. So
But
yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's nothing against the movie. That's just people's.
Yeah, that's people. That's different.
But that can sometimes influence people's opinions and stuff.
Yeah, because then you kind of categorize those kind of people within like that like fan base, and then you find the fan base annoying, and then it like
Hunger
just makes
Games
you
for
hate-
me. Like
Exactly. It's like
I
stuff
haven't
like
seen
that.
those movies, and maybe they are good, but they don't look good to me. But
no, I saw the
It's just-
first one and I didn't like it.
it's just like the fans. It's just like or like there's other stuff like that, or Supernatural, but I don't know.
Even
I doubt
Harry
that's-
Potter. I mean,
Yeah,
Like,
to an extent,
I love
but not
those movies.
that bad.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
they
think the
can be
Harry Potter fans are as bad as some of
Star
the other
Wars is
fans.
definitely getting
No,
that
they're
point.
not as
Those
bad as,
people
like,
are
yeah,
turning
other
out-
ones,
A lot of those
but-
people are terrible now.
I don't know. I think Harry Potter can still be annoying. I think it's any fan
I
base.
think
Yeah.
Harry Potter fans are kind of cute, actually.
Ooh.
I don't mean like I'm
Tony, trying to get some on the podcast. Come on,
I
get
don't
out
mean
here.
like sexy. I mean like I appreciate their passion. I just think they're very into it. I don't think they're.
Every fan base.
And every
is
fan
into
base,
it.
it's just, you know,
But
the
they're
louder.
not like, they're not. The Harry Potter fans aren't.
They're
like,
not as
super
disrespectful.
Loud.
Yeah, they're not as assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
they're
Star
just
Wars
like,
ones-
I'm
Star Wars
into
ones
the
are
lore.
very vocal.
Or like,
and they'll,
the
yeah.
Marvel. Oh my God, have you heard about the? Oh my God. So Martin Scorsese, did you hear about?
No.
He like in an interview just said like, oh, Marvel movies aren't cinema or something like that, and people lost their fucking shit. People are furious. And I saw the perfect tweet where it's like some guy was like, yeah, I like Marvel movies, but anyone who thinks Martin Scorsese was in a movie theater getting excited about Thor having 2 hammers is a fucking idiot. And that's like perfect. It's like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Of course he's gonna say that. And he's not fucking, he's an art. He's like
An artistic director.
people.
Yeah.
It was mind-boggling why people are so pissed off.
That's the thing with
That's
like.
funny.
Fucking idiots.
That's the thing with like movies, because it's like there's people who are like so bent on like the art form aspect of it, and then there's people that just want it for like the entertainment aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's both an art form and an entertainment. Like it's all in one, you know.
That's the same thing with like music though. Like I feel
Yeah,
like it's a lot
music
of
too.
things.
Yeah, well, music is yeah. That's a lot of things. Yeah. Music is like that too, but movies too. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, movies are
Oh
definitely
my
different.
Depending
God.
on what you want, you're gonna have a different view on how a movie is.
And also, there's not like there's some underdog movies. It's like Endgame is the highest grossing movie of all
No,
time. It's
yeah.
like, who cares
yeah.
if some big director doesn't like it? Like, that's just, some people just really...
Like, do they want these movies to like stand the test of time? Like, people like think of this as like,
Or just like, everyone has to like this. Every single person.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like, calm down, dude. Most people do. You just look at the numbers.
I mean, they should be happy. Like, Black Panther got a Best Picture nod. Like,
Yeah.
They-
It's just some smart...
you're getting the recognition, dude. Like, you're making the money, and it's like you're even getting that.
Yeah.
I don't get the butthurt fans.
Which this is something I've been meaning to say to you regarding Marvel.
Oh, okay.
So-
Until you said regarding Marvel, I'm like, whoa, maybe
Yeah,
say it for off the
no,
Is it an
podcast.
attack?
but-
Are you dissing?
Well, in a way,
Oh no!
Okay. Let's
you gotta
just go.
promise
Let
not
him
to.
talk.
Should we
Let me
finish-
mediate.
Should we,
Is this like
should we
between
finish
you guys?
Joker?
Well, I just got started. I'm on a roll right now.
All
I
right,
gotta
let
keep
Greg
going.
go. Don't talk.
What
I
about
won't say
Joker?
anything.
You gotta-
Just
we'll
let-
get back to Joker.
Yeah,
Calm down.
Go.
All right. Greg, you talk, and then Sasha, you can rebuttal. But Sasha,
So-
you don't say anything right now.
You promise not to hit me or Tony or
Why would he hit me for what? Okay, what? I'm curious.
Why
he
would
could
I
get in a
hit
blind
Tony?
rage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit Tony.
Very interested now.
Yeah. No. What the fuck?
Well,
You're scared.
Potential for him to hit me over
I
this?
don't know.
I'm very interested.
I'm just saying. But
Go ahead.
regarding to Marvel, I'm gonna have to declare you a fake fan. You haven't
Me?
seen Endgame yet.
I haven't seen Endgame, and I haven't seen Far From Homecoming.
Well, that one, it's a...
You don't know the name of it.
I love calling
Okay, you
it
know
that.
what? Yeah,
I
you
love
might be
calling it
right.
Which
that.
I think your opinions are null and void until you see Endgame.
What
I'm
the
sorry,
hell?
man.
Oh, shit.
Do you,
Okay.
unless, do you agree
Well,
on this?
I think
What?
I
We
think
haven't
that was
talked about
harsh. I don't know if his opinions are null and void, but I do think it is ridiculous you haven't seen Endgame.
Fake
No, it
fan.
is pretty fucking
Especially the
crazy.
stuff you've given me for Harry Potter. Which,
What about Harry Potter?
You've been calling me a fake Harry
I have
Potter
never
fan.
called myself a Marvel fanboy once.
I've never called
said
myself
that.
a Harry Potter fanboy.
True,
No,
but you
but
have
you
a
were
shirt
talking
and
ab-
shit, and you talk about it like you
That's
know.
just a shirt I got from Target.
And
It's
also,
not like
Greg,
it's not
now-
like I ordered a $50
And also,
Harry
Greg,
Potter shirt
and also, Greg,
wore a
most of that is
scarf
a
around.
bit, and you know it. Most of that is a bit, and you know it.
Well, this one isn't a bit. So,
Yeah,
So
I
you
haven't
see
seen
Endgame.
Ragnarok, Homecoming, and
I mean, Ragnarok.
But I
Homecoming,
saw
those
90% of them, Greg. Still,
But you didn't see the.
Yes, I haven't seen the second Thor.
Yeah, but
he has seen way less.
But Endgame is like.
That's not true.
I think.
Are you
I don't know.
fucking
I just
kidding
said
me?
Oh.
Yeah,
But
what?
No, he saw Homecoming,
Before you
Ragnarok.
speak. I saw
Ragnarok-
Homecoming. I saw Far From Homecoming.
Ragnarok and Far From Home, it's like Ragnarok and Far From Homecoming. I can let those ones slide. It's like, but Endgame is like the
Yeah,
big
no,
kahuna.
Endgame. I don't know why the fuck I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it
you
just
should
breaks
see
my
that
heart,
movie.
but I'm just gonna have to declare it. And I'm
All right,
sorry.
I'll back you up. Yeah, you're a fake Marvel
Yeah,
fan.
you're a fake fan.
I've never said I was a Marvel fan.
All right,
anyway.
back. We talk about MCU way too much.
Yeah,
so
you were
let's-
right. We should just stick to the Joker. I thought this was
Yeah.
I feel like out of the three of us, I shit on the MCU the most.
probably.
I
Yeah,
guess.
there you
I
go.
don't
So I'm
know.
not a fanboy.
You're a fake fanboy.
Fake fanboy.
All right, back to Joker.
What did we miss?
Mr. J.
Oh yeah, Greg. The thing, I know we were talking about this after we left the first time about how after he got the file, like what was happening in that scene. So yeah, basically he finds out that his mom was like, she was delusional and she was basically crazy, and she adopted this kid while she was working with the Wayne house, and they were saying like, oh, you shouldn't like adopt this kid, and she did it anyway, and like while and the cool thing about it is like he tried to find his like actual name, because his name's not actually Arthur Fleck, because it's like his mom gave him his name obviously, and it said unknown, and this child has been like abandoned, is what it said like in the file. That which made it a lot more sad that this kid was like, because like he wanted a dad so bad, which is like a theme that
Thomas Wayne.
that and that's why like his confrontation with Wayne was like felt worthwhile, because he kind of had that scene where he just wanted to, he just wanted a dad. And this
Yeah,
guy's
yeah,
just being
mom or
such
dad.
an asshole to him, and so he really felt for him then. But yeah, no, he said
Yeah.
it was
Also, even if his mom was delusional and crazy, but like, how was why was Thomas Wayne being such a dick to Art? Like that wasn't his fault.
like that's. I like that they made Wayne out to be such a
Good
bad
casting
guy.
for that. I like.
Yeah, no, he was
he's
good too.
I don't know. I liked how he looked. He was a good Thomas Wayne.
And
Yeah,
it's
I
like
agree.
his voice too.
Yeah, he's a very like powerful.
Yeah, very like classic. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he said he was like unknown, and
And-
his mom was delusional, and she let her like boyfriends like beat the shit out of him as a kid, like
that's what I
abuse him,
thought.
like, and there was like news articles where she would just like let him just abuse him constantly, and so that was about it. I don't think I thought there was more information in it, but like that was the point. And the main thing that he learned was that she had like the actual like mental illnesses, like she has like this like narcissistic whatever personality thing, and that she has like delusions, and that's when he realizes all this stuff about the girl and all that, and then he's just so like pissed off and just so like lost, and then he goes to the house and he kills her, and that's when that whole thing fit, because after the first time I didn't like that he actually killed her, because I thought they were in an actual relationship, right? And I'm like, why would you kill like this one person who actually like gives a shit about you, and like out of all the people that but obviously it makes sense, and which makes that scene that much better this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I was wondering, like, the mom was like, kept blabbing about Thomas Wayne. I was like, why is she so fucking obsessed with him?
Oh yeah, like
It was like
before,
ridiculous.
Yeah,
She would
yeah.
just not shut up about it. I was like, okay, this is getting ridiculous.
I know, like when
And
they
it's like,
first did that, and then they're like, yeah, because they first did that, and I was like, yeah, she keeps talking about him so fucking much, and then it was like she worked for him for a while, so I was like, okay, but then she was like kept talking about him more, and I'm like, okay, this is still like, I get that you
Thomas
worked for
Wayne.
him, but I'm like, this is.
I have
like,
another
still
letter
a
for
lot.
Thomas Wayne.
Yeah, and then I was like,
You
okay,
gotta send
she
it.
thinks that.
there's a lot of reveals
had
in this
sex,
movie.
but-
There's a lot of like,
That's the thing. You spend so much time with this character, and like all those like payoffs, they pay off. Like the climax was just all payoff, and
Yeah.
they really hit.
it was fucking awesome.
This movie was fucking
Awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there's.
Did you like the thing that he did with the smile, with the blood? And
I did
stuff?
like that. That
That
was
whole
cool.
ending.
So fucking sweet.
So good.
Although part of me does wish. I remember talking about this, like just the white makeup was terrifying.
Yeah, I know. Me and him were talking about this, Like, you know when he just had the white makeup and he had the green
so
hair and he
Oh, like in his apartment.
wasn't that
Oh my
terrifying?
God.
Yeah, like before. Like, yeah, you're talking about like before he puts like the little accoutrements on. Yeah. That was
that
really
terrifying? That
scary.
was
Yeah,
so
and
scary.
then he's got the blood on his face. And he's like yelling at the midget.
Which I kind of wish it was all white up until the end, and then he does the smile. That
would have been good.
That would have been cool, but he also did look really fucking cool with
His
his
makeup
suit
and his
and
costume
yeah.
was, it was perfect.
And it's like we wouldn't, so, and it wouldn't make sense.
And if you did that, I think it's too in your face with the scary and, that he's about to do something bad.
True.
He came onto the show as, like, this
A clown,
Like, they were
yeah.
supposed
He
to
was
just, like,
trying to-
make fun of him. And the whole Joker thing kind of addresses, like, what he called him, like, on his show and stuff. So he just had to be, comfortable and laid back. And then he just went for, like, the kill, I guess.
And Robert De Niro was pretty good. He,
he's
sometimes he phones it in, sometimes, like, lately, but...
He wasn't amazing. He didn't do anything out of the box.
he wasn't in
but,
it that
He fit his
much.
character perfectly.
I thought, like, Mark Maron was in it. I thought it was hyping up, like, he was going to be in a lot more of it, but he was only in, like, a scene. But...
Who?
Mark Maron. He was like the Robert De Niro's like assistant guy.
Oh,
he's a comedian.
Yeah,
and
he was only in one scene.
I didn't know he was gonna be in it at all. I like barely recognized him.
Yeah, he did have a look.
And I also like how his name was natural and the whole clown thing was natural too. Like the whole clown thing came from Wayne calling, like, all these
bunch of clowns.
Poor
like these like
people. That was a little harsh.
Yeah,
I was like, Jesus, dude.
And he's like, I feel bad for them because I'm just trying to help them. I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
Like, even the dialogue, you could just tell, like,
Yeah,
how
this
could you
dude's a
trust this
fucking
guy? How could you
fuck.
trust this guy if you're in their position?
I wanted to go to that
yeah.
rally. What?
Nothing.
And the Joker thing is obviously, Robert De Niro calling that. So it's like, usually, like, comic book names and all that stuff are so
Yeah.
phoned
Yeah. No.
in.
See, I was also happy because like
They
I
are
saw
so
like in the
phoned in.
trailer.
Well,
like,
you're hearing a flash.
in the Wait a minute. That'd be a good
wow.
name for you, son. No, but yeah, in the trailer, I just started like bring me out as Joker, and I thought that just kind of like came out, like just seeing the trailer, I thought it came out of nowhere. I was like,
I saw very little trailer.
but yeah, I was like, oh, but the way they did it, I'm like, okay, that's like a lot better than what I thought. Yeah, I think
That's
just,
a classy way to do it, I think.
There-
Because it just flows with the story. It's not forced. At
no,
that
but I
point.
didn't know. I didn't know. Like obviously seeing the
Yeah,
trailer,
you know, I
that
get
Robert
you. I
De Niro
get you.
Called him that before.
Yeah.
and I didn't know.
I would have thought the same thing. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my, that's a little. Obviously not Suicide Squad.
There are some good ones though, like the Iron Man one's great.
What
What's
is
the
the
Iron Man? I forget.
Well, okay, what is that? No, maybe. Well, like the ending.
The
But
ending of Iron Man.
But
or
they know he's Iron Man, so maybe.
What are you talking about? What?
Well, like the ending when he reveals himself, but that's not. He doesn't make.
But he doesn't say it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
am the Iron Man. And they're like, what is that? What is that?
Call
like-
me the Iron Man.
Oh,
I think that'd be a better. I think just call me the Iron Man.
the Batman Begins one's pretty dope when he lifts Falcone off at the car. Remember?
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. I didn't like his suit in the first one.
No, me neither. It just
it looked weird.
yeah.
It looked too cheap.
Yeah.
And then the second and third,
they
were great.
got it down.
They were very
the
good.
first one, it was a little awkward.
I think the second one's the best. The third one, it had too much like
Yeah, they made
ballistic
it too
armor
much
type
detail.
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was fucking with it.
Also, but I think his voice in Batman Begins was at its best
Oh yeah.
because
for
then
sure.
the next two movies they like clearly edited it and made it deeper. It was weird.
at least in the first one,
It's like you just
in the
kinda-
first one, I felt like it still sounded like weird because he's like doing this voice.
Yeah, the voice is always just gonna be weird.
Yeah,
But he did
that's
it
a very
well. Like,
controversial
he
thing
did a
with
good
him.
voice, so I mean, I can't harp on that too much.
Do you ever? There's like auditions. It's really interesting. Like they showed like the auditions for Batman Begins, and there's like other like Christian Bale does his audition, but it's in like the Tim Burton costume.
Oh, okay.
It's really weird, and it's like, and there's other actors doing it, and like they're just like.
Wait, they're in the Tim Burton costume?
Yeah, like they're just. It's like a
Why would
test.
you wear
It's just
that?
test footage. Like they didn't bring it, but they were like put in it because there's an audition, and now I'm explaining auditions. but it was just like the other actors were just like like I'm Batman and all like, and then he comes in and he just does something completely different. It's like, oh yeah, that's why he got it.
Yeah, Christian Bale's Very good.
Very good
Yeah,
actor.
Yeah, my opinion on him has grown more and more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too. I
throughout the
really
years.
only like kind of knew him from Batman for a while, but
Same.
then like seeing more of his stuff, I'm like, oh, this guy's like very
brings
good. He
it.
got a lot of range, got a lot of depth too. Like he's just a
And he
solid
puts his
actor.
body through the shit.
Yeah,
body
that's
through the shit.
fucking crazy.
Very.
But now it seems like every actor's doing that now.
This will bring back the Joker. He made his body transformation. Oh my god, his body was gross.
Yeah, dude,
His
that was
body was
awesome. All those
scary.
shirtless scenes, him in his apartment, just like. Yeah, dude, that was insane. That scene where he's like doing that shit with the shoe, he's got the bruises on his back. I'm like, this guy's awesome.
No, that's the thing. They tied those like. I remember. Oh, never mind. That was about something else. Never mind. We're good.
Oh, I saw this Joaquin Phoenix interview for Brother Bear because I guess he did the voice in that movie.
Of like the older brother.
Like one of the characters, I don't remember.
Oh.
But like it was a press interview, and he was like, "Oh my god, he was so mean to this interviewer. Is the funniest." Like something about like she was just saying like how she cried during the movie, and he's like straight. He's just like, "I don't think you've ever cried in your life."
What the fuck?
I was like, "Oh, it was the most awkward thing I've ever seen."
I'd love to see it. I'm just confused.
it's
Oh,
pretty funny.
I saw some kind of like behind the scenes, I guess.
For
of
Brother
what,
Bear?
No.
You gotta send that shit, probably.
Of Joker
We'll post
after
the
the
link in the
movie.
description.
I'm a lot less
And it
interested
was
now.
it was Joaquin when he was doing like a couple scenes, and he was just like kind of an asshole,
Oh yeah, he would just walk off set.
and he would just like
In the middle.
scream because he wanted like certain things to be a certain way.
Yeah,
I mean he wouldn't do it a lot. It was only like a couple instances in like certain scenes.
Well, he earned it. I mean, this
Well,
performance
I
was
mean,
10
it's
out of 10.
worth it.
And I
That's what I'm
heard,
saying, yeah, he earned it.
My God.
and I heard
Is
he
that right?
he wouldn't walk off. He would walk off in any scene with anyone except Robert De Niro because it's like
to Robert De
yeah.
Niro.
It's like okay, come on. But the thing with the difference between like Jared Leto is kind of also douchey, but his
I've
performance.
something
Did
about
that?
him.
Wait, Jared Leto did that in
Well,
Suicide Squad?
Well, like his method acting, he was just a douche, like with sending the condoms and all that, all that shit. So he was
yeah, you're in like 15 minutes of the movie.
Exactly,
Dude.
so
Chill out.
he-
That wasn't his fault. They recorded like basically an entire Joker movie, and
but
they just took everything
it was still
out.
an awful take. Like,
yeah,
and it just was a mess.
I could appreciate the range, but at the same time, the portrayal wasn't good.
And I hated his voice.
Yeah.
It sounded
I
like
didn't like the look either.
I sounded like someone like kind of like doing like a joke voice of like what a shark would sound like. I was thinking,
What?
like he's just like hi.
He does do that. He does do
Hey,
that.
my Joker. Like, oh my god, like that's the
And
yeah, like he talks like he has fangs or like a lot like sharp.
well, he had a
teeth.
grill in.
grills.
That's why. That's why he couldn't fucking talk.
Get the fuck out of here. That's terrible. I also love Joaquin didn't feel the need to do a voice.
yeah, yeah.
Because Heath Ledger, like that was that made sense and it was a great voice and it was like natural, but like it almost kind of set and also Mark Hamill too. It just sets a precedent for like, oh
Yeah,
you
Joker's
Joker,
gotta sound
you gotta
silly,
do a
yeah.
voice. And I'm glad he was smart enough to not do that. 'Cause I feel like those were the two best possibility like Joker voices in two different spectrums, like Mark
Yeah.
Hamill, Heath Ledger, and anything else we're just I don't know, just it's like don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't try to sound like a shark.
And his laugh wasn't great most of the time. I liked
I don't
his
even remember.
Jared Leto.
Oh.
I liked his laugh
Oh,
when he was like
Joaquin.
laying down in the knives, but but the music
Don't
was
remember
so
that.
loud in that scene, like you could hardly
Yeah,
hear his
I have
laugh
not seen that
anyway.
movie.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, I only saw it at the drive-in.
Yeah, I
haven't
only saw
seen
it once.
since then.
I don't
Yeah, but
wanna
it
ever
still
see
sticks.
again.
Because I really wanted to pay attention to it, just because I'm like I wanted to give it a chance.
There, do you get
But, yeah, I
there?
don't know.
The trailer came out. It looks It's the Harley Quinn Birds
Oh,
of Prey
Birds of
movie.
Prey, I
Did you
saw
see
it.
I
saw the trailer.
just saw the poster when we were walking out.
Yeah, I saw the trailer.
I
It looks
hadn't heard anything
it looks
about it.
like
Yeah, I kind of wish.
it was just a Harley Quinn movie.
No, I kind of wish it was more focused on the Birds of Prey and Harley Quinn was more of a side character because I've been thinking about it. I don't think you're supposed to like her, but like I really don't.
It's Margot Robbie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I really-
love
I'm
Margot.
definitely gonna watch it. Then.
Yeah, I love Margot.
She's
I
fucking
don't
amazing.
really like it, but I don't really like Harley Quinn. I think she's
Yeah.
supposed to be annoying, and I find it really
And
annoying.
I, yeah,
Like, I don't
yeah,
think she, like-
absolutely. I agree.
So I
agree.
think she's like a good character, but at the same time, like I don't want her being the main.
But how I
character.
think
Just-
about it is
Okay,
like
yeah.
Who else is gonna be in this Birds of Prey?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead is Huntress. That's a good casting. I think she's gonna be really good. And then there's Black Canary, and I think those characters are better as a main character. Like
Black Canary. Okay.
But I mean, Harley Quinn's much more popular, so obviously they're gonna make her.
Yeah, because like, do you really want to see Huntress that bad, and do you really want to see Black Canary that bad? No, so you have to tie it in with someone.
Yeah, it's like the Wolverine X-Men thing, you know? It's like they got to make him.
But like how I look at those kind of like matchups is that these two characters are so irrelevant that you need to have this other person. Then it's like, why even have these other characters?
I guess, but like, you know, they take nothing characters and make them in the movies all the time. Yeah,
but it's just DC though.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean I mean, they still capable of making good movies.
I think they should just stop. Honestly, I don't know why. I don't even know why they're doing Birds of Prey.
Yeah,
I thought there was going to be no movies from them.
Yeah, I don't know. They seem like they're dropping the universe thing completely though, which is good.
So they're just doing whatever.
Oh, but have I told the more I hear about the new Batman movie, I'm like really excited. Like, I guess.
Oh, the Robert Pattinson.
Did I tell you? We talked like Jonah Hill might be the Riddler. Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Oh yeah.
I didn't hear about this.
I think we talked about it in another podcast. Yeah, he seems like he's.
Jonah Hill is the Riddler.
It seems like that's a big rumor.
Mm-hmm.
But he was asking for like a lot of money, I guess.
I mean, it's Jonah.
Like more than Robert Pattinson. That was a big headline. Which, I don't know.
That makes sense to me.
But I heard Andy Serkis might be the Penguin, which is a really interesting.
Who's Andy Serkis?
Caesar.
Yeah, Caesar.
He was,
Gollum.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, that could be really cool.
Him being any villain, I think, would be awesome.
Yeah, so.
He was the Claw, but he wasn't really.
Yeah, that was meh.
He wasn't even in it. Yeah.
What
Black Panther Claw.
Oh, yeah.
Ulysses Claw, yeah.
I also heard it's going to have, like, a lot of villains in it, but in a way where it's like a
Birds of Prey?
No, the Batman movie.
Oh.
But it's not going to be like they're all going to be the main. It's going to be kind of like it's going to be a mystery movie, so it's going to be like they're like suspects.
Oh, that's
like they're
cool.
not going to have major
that.
parts. It's just like it's a very good
That's cool, yeah.
Which I like that. I think that's a clever way to do it.
I think the main villain format is just kind of run dry.
Yeah, so I think
You
this
have
is
to
a
do
great way to
something
do
new.
it, where they're all around,
Uh-huh.
and we know how most of them have started, like their origins, so you don't have to retread all that.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
But back to Jared Leto, I saw this thing yesterday. I guess he's like butthurt about the Joker movie.
Good. Okay.
Because he really wanted the opportunity to do this role, and now he's not even gonna be able to do it.
That makes me so happy because it seemed like he was such a piece of shit method acting wise, like with all that shit.
He seems
so
annoying.
this seems like he got exactly what he deserved.
And I like Jared Leto too, so. But that was
It
just
seems like he's
stupid.
but he went.
I mean,
way
Blade
too
Runner
far.
2099, he was very good in that, I thought.
Yeah, I don't. Really
And he
remember
was
that
very
much.
good in Dallas Buyers Club. That's right.
I
He
haven't
was
seen
so
either of those
good in
movies.
that.
But
He's like a transgender, like man, woman, and he sells it. That's where he got the best supporting.
scars.
Actor. The best
That's how he
supporting
got,
actor.
like, the Joker.
Oscar. So like he can act. Like he's shown it. So I don't know why he's doing dumb
I haven't
shit.
seen it.
He hasn't been in anything in a while.
I haven't
Blade
seen-
Runner
I haven't seen him act, really.
Blade Runner 2099, yeah.
But he was.
You haven't seen
He's
it.
very. He wasn't. I don't know. He's kind of just like. Wasn't he a robot guy?
What? Yeah, he was a robot guy. He was
Whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm. I need to see that movie again.
Yeah,
It's so
that'd
like
be a
not
good
fresh
pick.
in my head.
That movie is fucking awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, that was good. Now let's just talk about.
okay, let's wrap up Joker.
All right, what would you guys give this? I'd say an 8. No.
I'm giving it a 9.
Yeah,
for
I'm
now.
thinking
I'm
9
giving it
too.
a 9, dude.
Maybe a 9.
This is one of my favorite comic book movies for sure.
Ooh, I think I think if I see it again, it'd probably get up to a 9.
I think
Dude,
so,
this
too.
Right now
movie's
it's a
I
high.
think
so
so.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, 9.2.
Ooh, yeah, this one
9.2 out
pretty
of 10.
stellar.
Mm-hmm.
Really knocked it out of the park, and I'm excited for more DC movies. I think I'm more excited for the DC movies now than the Marvel ones.
I just
Yeah,
Marvel's
this might
just,
be a turning point. Yeah, I agree.
Because it seems they're willing. Because also, like, I definitely don't think Blade is gonna be rated R after hearing some
No.
stuff. Like, and
Mahershala Ali doesn't want to say the F word.
yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too.
But yeah, but enough about those movies.
So yeah,
Joker's great.
people, go watch this movie.
Go
please.
watch the Joker. You're not
And
gonna
watch
get
it with an
killed.
open mind, please. Come on.
You're not
we
gonna get
beg
killed,
of
but
you.
also don't kill anybody, okay?
Yes.
Because just because you see the Joker doesn't mean you can go kill talk show hosts or whatever.
You probably weren't going to anyway.
Unless it's Samantha
but...
Bee.
Jeez, Samantha Bee.
Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
Lawsuit.
God
I'm
damn.
kidding. It's a joke.
my
It's
God.
a joke.
Whoa. Stop winking, Greg. You're making it so much worse.
He has the biggest smile on his face.
Those are my
He's
scars.
doing the gun to the head thing from the movie.
Yeah, good movie.
Oh,
No,
great.
seriously,
movie.
wow.
Fantastic.
Now, Hereditary. We just watched that yesterday.
Yes.
And we also watched yesterday, the Beatles movie.
That's a new. Dude, there's a Beatles movie?
Yeah, it's called Yesterday.
yesterday.
Anyway, Hereditary. Wow, what a horror movie.
Holy shit.
Very, very good.
I've
Oh
really
my
been
God.
thinking about it. That's one of the best horror movies I've seen by far. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
no,
Yeah,
it's
I
up
haven't
there
seen
for
like
sure.
a ton. I like horror movies, but I don't really see them that
I feel like
often.
Yeah.
horror movies are
Only
having
in
a
the mood
resurgence
kind of
during
around Halloween.
Absolutely, yeah. Same here.
So like I'll watch them every like October, but I mean the rest of the year I don't really watch them that much.
I
so don't
was
really see a
really
ton,
into
but
horror
this was
movies
amazing.
like early in high school. So I used to watch like just all the popular ones, just like whatever that was just like tossed my way. And yeah, I think horror movies are like having a resurgence or something.
yeah,
Like,
I think Get Out
in
really
terms-
started it.
it really started because it's like
Probably,
it's
yeah.
really allowed that genre to just like take it to another
Mhm.
level and
Yeah.
be creative with the writing because it's like there is potential with it. You don't have to. It doesn't have to just be, generic like demonic shit or this shit or that shit. Just write it well and you can make a good movie. That's all.
And
it is.
Hereditary it didn't feel the need to be a horror movie 24/7. Like this movie is also like on the level of like hot like Oscar-worthy dramas. Like the shit
I
in
think it's
this.
more of a
Yeah,
drama than it is a
yeah.
horror
Yeah,
movie. To
like-
be honest.
Good God, the Toni Collette is like the mother, and that's one of the
Her
best
performance
performances I've ever
is
seen in my life.
fantastic. Her performance makes this movie
Jesus
for sure.
Christ, I think that's the favorite horror performance.
Definitely.
Like,
Oh,
my-
no, Shining.
I
Sorry.
think it's better than that.
No, I'm not taking that away from
this
Jack
is a
Nicholson.
good- oh my
This is
God,
close.
that's a
It's
good
definitely
movie.
close.
No way. No, it's
definitely
so
close.
close. Yeah, it's
But-
very
yeah.
close. Yeah.
Just like, oh my God, just the stuff oh God, that movie was so that's the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
And
that's
it-
what I'm saying. I think it's the scariest movie I've seen. Probably. I'm not
Yeah.
ready to lock that in yet, but
Good God.
Honestly, that movie also feels like a character study in a way. Because it focuses on the mom a lot. And so much of the movie is
Poor
just her
woman.
going through the grief and her, like, changing as, like, as a character, obviously. And so much of the movie is just revolved around that. So in a way, it also feels like a character study. But it's not a character study, obviously.
And
But that's what made it. Her performance, she just sold it. She sold it.
and the directing was so
genius.
fucking just
The
like
shots were so
making
good,
like
yeah.
that
Right?
that
Oh my
like
God.
sound like you like it's such a stupid sound, but they made it into the scariest thing ever.
Yeah.
And oh my God, just the way you hear that in the car, and any time there was a seance, it's like get ready for some shit.
Yeah.
And
Just the way they like drag out like the suspense, or just like the scene where she gets decapitated. They like, oh my God, they just like the way they like drag out just the stress of just these scenarios for so long.
It makes
and they
it
make
so stressful.
build. Yeah, it's just such a the whole movie. It's just like it's really stressful. Like
Although
it's exhausting.
if I had to
but-
say
It's
one
emotionally taxing.
one like little flaw about it is like once like the dad gets set on fire, I felt kind of numb to all the craziness.
Yeah.
Where it felt like everything was it's like
agree.
so much horrible shit has happened where it's like
Yeah,
I've
it was,
seen
you're
it
right.
all,
It was kind of
you know?
like it was like a lot more like grounded before. That.
Yeah.
It was like crazy shit wouldn't happen that often, and when it did, it wasn't like super crazy. Like it was like like spirits doing like little
Yeah.
things, or like him,
And then it got to the end, and
like,
there's a
creepy
bunch
shit,
of
but
naked people,
And
and
they're
he's the
floating
king.
and cutting their
it was
heads
so
off, and it's like-
entertaining, but it was like
Definitely wasn't as scary. Once it got to that point. Yeah.
But I mean, also, the scene when she's like just like in the corner.
Oh my God, I love that.
And more movies should do that because it's always so much better when people are in the background and they don't address it. You know,
Dude, yeah, and then it's also like that's so scary too, because like a lot of times you see him right away, but a lot of the times too, you're like looking at the main character, you don't even notice this person in the background right away, and then like when you just like shift your eyes and like notice that they're there, that's so much scarier because like they've been there the whole time, and then you see them there, it's like it's scarier than like just a jump scare. It's like it's like you're giving yourself.
But with horror
jump
movies,
scare.
they just do the cop out. They do a jump scare because it's like. You know you're gonna get a scare because it's like you have to when you crank the sound up, and it's like a reflex thing, and it's like if we want to scare the audience, let's just do a jump scare because it's easier than writing a good scene and actually having it be scary. And anyone can do it, and we can just make money off this movie because people will see it. That's the thought process. That's just how it goes, and that's what the horror genre has been for so long.
Also, there was one part where, like, I was the only person, we were just watching it, and I was the only person who saw someone in the background. You guys didn't even notice it.
I didn't even notice
and that's, like, so cool, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you don't see them all the time.
Yeah, and it makes it, like, although I don't know if I'll ever rewatch this, at least for a good while, but...
it's gonna be
that's the thing with some of these horror movies that they get so terrifying, was like, I don't ever want to see that again. Mm-hmm. But it's just... certain people that enjoy that kind of thing, like, a lot. But
you guys are gonna love Under the Skin. I already know.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
You're gonna love it for a different way, in different reasons, but
I'm excited.
I love the sound. I've listened.
Am
to the
I
score.
next? I think I'm next, right?
You are next. We gotta get
Under the Skin. There we go.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the next movie. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Also, the son was also really great too. I thought his performance. was really good. Oh my god. Like, just the scenes with them two, because they had a lot of scenes where they were just going at it.
No, my favorite scene with him is still after he killed his sister, and he's just in so much shock and in so much just
very realistic.
That he just quietly just drove off, left the body in the car, got in the bed, and just lied there, like, because he just didn't know what else to do. And he was, like, high out of his mind, too, so it's like...
Oh, my God. Holy moly.
Nightmare.
Ooh. But I could also see, now I kind of understand why some people's reactions to, like, Midsummer was kind of underwhelming a little. You know what I mean?
By that ending,
yeah, just because Hereditary was, like... Yeah, the Hereditary was definitely much better. But Midsummer was good, but it just... Midsummer was more gross.
Hereditary was better. Hereditary had better acting.
Oh, yeah. That's what makes Hereditary so much better, is that the performances is like...
I think Midsummer was...
They were good, but they were all like victims.
I thought it had better shots, and I thought it was directed a bit better, but... Yeah. The acting was nowhere on the same level.
Yeah,
the story, I think... The ending for Midsummer fit with the rest of the movie much better than the ending of Hereditary fit with that rest of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of my biggest complaint about Hereditary, I think. It's like the
ending was a little like...
the ending, it made sense.
King of Hell now,
it made sense because it's like it had the little details and it tied in with Charlie's death and everything. Like, it made sense.
Yeah. But it just wasn't super interesting.
Yeah.
It didn't hit, 100%. Though. There wasn't enough bite.
A little cliche, too. Like, you've seen that a lot. Just Satan.
Yeah, like, they're part of the occult or whatever.
Yeah. But Midsummer, like, that was the concept going into it. And you
Hereditary
felt
was good that like the final, like the last literally like 3-4 minutes not being that awesome. It's like it didn't ruin the movie.
And even then, like the lighting and like the shots, like when he's up in that tree, it still looked fantastic. So it's like
they put the crown on his head, but you like can't see like what's going on. You just see the crown. Oh.
And I can't say it was written poorly because, like, I mean, it fit with what the rest of the movie was going for, but...
Yeah, this director definitely...
There just wasn't enough
there was a little more spice going on.
There just wasn't enough bite to the concept and the way they execute. There just wasn't enough. Mm-hmm. But with Midsummer, like, it was all about the style and it was all about the concept, so it worked for that movie.
Yeah. And this director really, like... I made like naked people are so creepy, like just like like, and he uses that really well. Like Midsummer and this one, it's like there's so many naked people, and it's always terrifying. Like it's such a weird. It's like so scary. Oh my god. The music
was I was just about to get to that. The music was very creepy and very good.
Holy shit.
A24, dude, they find the best people to do their sound and like the score for their movies. Because Under the Skin
What?
Oh, I thought you were writing A24. I was like, that's a little weird.
No, Under the Skin, I think.
Yeah.
Under the Skin, I think has the best horror movie score.
Oh yeah, I
out of
listened to it and
any-
I could agree with that.
Yeah, you can seriously listen to it without even seeing the
So
movie,
great.
and it's so beautiful. I mean, it's like eerie and it's scary, but it sounds so good and so fresh.
I just watched the first Halloween, and I mean,
Oh, John Carpenter.
yeah,
Another guy, amazing at horror movie scores.
yeah. I mean, it obviously it's like you hear it everywhere now, but like the Halloween
He
theme
was the guy that
is
started that.
like
Yeah.
the like scary theme. I mean, it's so like
love
catchy. Like that's stuck in my head every Halloween, like October. Like that's
Yeah,
always
no one
stuck in my
doesn't
head.
like John Carpenter.
And yeah, in that movie, like with the back to the jump scares, it made me like the music's so good. But when usually once in a while there is no music when Michael Myers is in the background, but usually the music like pops up when he's in, and it's like it's weird because like at the same time, yeah, it's like oh, but you know right away he's there, but the music's so good. It's
It's a style.
yeah,
It's
so
a different era too. It's a style. I get it.
yeah, and the movie is still creepy, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so yeah, it's very good. The Witch, highly recommend. That was a great.
Oh,
18
Charlie
film.
Charlie was another great
Yeah, perfect casting. She was.
kid actor.
Oh yeah, and also
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Good guy.
she was great. Oh my god, oh, I felt so bad
Yeah,
for
she
her.
was, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
She had a dark performance. Like it just
yeah,
really.
so. Ooh, god damn, everyone was so good. And
The dad was just kind of there.
well, I watched a Red Letter Media like review of it.
Of Hereditary. I saw. Your movie sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I saw his review of
Oh.
Hereditary after I saw it.
I highly recommend Red Letter. I was just watching Red Letter Media. It was like of a Ghostbusters, and it's like it's like the character who's like just like this piece of shit like white trash guy who reviews the movies, and the Ghostbusters. The new one was so funny.
Yeah, Ralphie
It's so
has
good.
one for that, and oh my god, his is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the director's a clown.
Oh, that new Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the new guy.
It's the worst thing ever. Oh my god, it looks so terrible.
The new Ghost.
Yeah.
The one with the
The one that
yeah.
came out. Oh my god.
I've heard enough about the movie that I'm like,
It looks so. But yeah, back.
Melissa McCarthy. What do people say?
Yeah,
about her?
you know what? I used to defend her, but no, she's pretty bad. She's terrible.
It was after I saw that puppet movie that you took us to.
Yeah, I wanted to love that
After
movie
that,
so bad,
I'm
but
like, I don't know why
it's like,
Hollywood likes this.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, bad. Someone else could have done that better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Happy
Such a
Time
great
Murder.
concept for that movie, but
Oh,
yeah, it
there's
was like
Man, Happy Time
Very
Murders
forgettable.
Was... Why
Yeah,
did
I
we
really
go to that
haven't seen her
movie?
in, like-
I thought it'd be good. I was hoping to be good, but no. Really, really rooting for it. That was the worst when you
I
just.
didn't see that one.
Yeah, you missed out.
Oh, yeah, I really
Thank
missed out. I
God.
heard.
I love the concept though. Like it was such a cool. I don't know.
Yeah, but I didn't. The trailer was not selling me. The
Yeah,
trailer
me
made out
too.
to be exactly what the movie was.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy is well. Yeah.
Amy Schumer or Melissa McCarthy in a movie.
And,
It's not rhetorical. Answer the question.
wait, what?
Would you take?
You
Would you
didn't
watch
ask
an
a
Amy?
question.
I said, would you take Amy Schumer or?
Oh, I
Melissa
thought you just
McCarthy in
like
a movie?
saying
you
like,
just,
oh,
yeah,
they
you didn't
suck.
ask that question.
I didn't.
You just-
Yeah, I didn't know.
No, I said Amy Schumer, Melissa McCarthy.
I can't choose between them. They're so great.
Which movie would you see?
I don't know. I haven't really. Like, what is Melissa McCarthy in?
Bridesmaids, Spy.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen any Melissa McCarthy
I've
movies.
seen two at least.
I remember liking Bridesmaids.
I've never seen
I
that.
never saw it.
But that was ages ago.
I also don't know if I've ever actually seen an Amy Schumer movie either.
Dude,
So
I'm gonna pass
I don't
out from all the gasping too hard.
Where's the
from
one
things
with
you're saying.
LeBron James in a
Trainwreck?
Trainwreck?
never saw
I remember
it.
liking that.
I've heard that was good.
Yeah, I remember liking that.
Yeah,
but-
no, I haven't seen them.
Yeah. This. They are queens, though. They are. They're the real Juck queens or joke queens.
Joe Queens, Joe Queens, Joker Queens.
Queens.
Why wasn't Joker starring Amy Schumer or Melissa McCarthy?
I like that.
Why wasn't it called Joke Queens?
Joke Queens.
I asked that question to you, Hollywood. I'll be awaiting an answer.
We'll wait. Take your time.
We're doing live
We've
calls.
got all day.
And I think, honestly, I think Joker is a better movie, but I think the two movies I enjoyed the most this year so far is Endgame and Mr. America. I think those.
Oh,
those are the
yeah.
ones.
Yeah. I was
Wait,
thinking
what are we
about, I was
saying?
thinking about Endgame and Joker too. I was thinking about that after the theater, and yeah, they're I think Joker's a better like standalone movie. Joker's a better movie, but like Endgame
has got
it's very good.
history.
Yeah, exactly. That's like Endgame just has so much momentum, and it did such a great, like we talked about this before. It did such a great job of wrapping up the whole everything that had taken place in the MCU before that. Like it's just so impressive in such a different way. Like it, but it really is fucking amazing.
And, yes.
Yeah, Joker's more beautiful though.
No, yeah, Joker was artsy. More artsy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't say that.
I know, I can't say that, obviously.
Yeah. You can't say shit.
Your opinions are, what was it, null and void?
Null and void.
My opinion was on
Null
Joker
and
anyway.
void.
It's not like any angry guy on Twitter dissing Last Jedi or something.
Oh, you liked Force Awakens? Your
Yeah.
opinion is null and
Your
void.
opinions about Finn are null and void. Your opinions about Poe Dameron do not count.
Dameron.
Poe Dameron?
Poe Dameron? What did you just say about Poe Dameron? That's my new favorite name to say.
Poe Dameron?
Poe Dameron?
Oh, I like the way the Joker said Murray's
Why
name.
so serious?
No.
Shut up with that shit. No one wants to hear it anymore.
Well, how he would call Murray's name, he would be like,
Murray.
Yeah.
That was pretty
yeah,
funny.
you caught it too.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. Oh,
You want to hear something, Murray? Murray.
when we saw it, everyone in the theater were.
Oh, it was an
fucking
awful experience because the people in
Really?
there were
Oh my
awful. But this time,
God.
Why?
it was
What was
more.
going on?
It was
What?
better. Just everyone was so annoying, and like this guy next to me was like, when Joker's walking down the stairs, he's like, "Oh, I gotta videotape this." And he pulled out his phone, and he literally said, "He's like, I gotta video this." And then like with the Bruce scene, when he's like, "What's your name?" and the guy's like, "It's Bruce." And then he was like holding his hand out during one scene, like he's doing this. He's being weird. He smelled bad too.
Yeah, and people were just like loud and would make weird noises and laugh and not take certain things seriously. And it was
Take this seriously.
But I mean, when it's like a
That's what you
serious
said.
scene and a sad
You
scene,
fucking normies! Get your head out of your asses!
Okay,
Fucking noise.
if you were watching the dancing scene in that one room and you're just hearing people like make fun of it, you would take you out of it. I hate that.
They should be taken out.
They should be taken out of the theater. But yeah, no, this
By
time,
Alfred Fleck himself.
this time it was way more packed. This time it was way more packed, but everyone was very polite.
Yeah,
everyone
everyone was very
gross.
quiet.
Yeah, everyone was
Yeah.
very
The
quiet.
literally the only noise I heard were like laughter at the funny parts.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, that scene when he drops the gun in the hospital.
I love that. I love that.
That was
funny.
one of
I
the
was
funny
surprised
scenes.
more people weren't laughing at that this time around. That's the thing. It was a little too quiet because I'm like,
Josh,
Yeah, I was
can't-
gonna say, I think that was my only complaint. I feel like the theater was a little too quiet.
Yeah, 'cause there was
I
a
felt
lot
like-
of funny
there was
scenes.
there were a lot of parts where I felt like I was the only one laughing.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
like
that could
cracking
suck
up in
because then
my
you feel
seat.
like you're being annoying, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was weird.
So I wanted a little more energy, but I mean, I'd rather have no energy.
Yeah. I'd rather.
All right, Josh, you can't get it. Best of both worlds.
I know I can't. I know
Well,
I can't.
that's what makes it so beautiful sometimes when you do have that movie experience where like the crowd, like the
Yeah,
audience is,
like you know, you're with
perfectly
everybody
engaged,
and
yeah.
you're, everyone's engaged. I
Yeah,
like
everyone's
that.
reacting, but everyone's reacting appropriately.
Oh, that's
and-
It's kind of like when you're
But
at
it's
a
also
spo-
subjective too, like what's reacting appropriately.
Yeah,
so that's
but
why
like-
it's so rare.
It's like when you're at like a sports game or something, like when you're like enjoying whatever's happening.
Sometimes
It's
it passes
easier that way.
by
It's
the
harder
West.
with a movie.
But it's like when you're with other people and you're like, you're enjoying what's happening.
Yeah,
and,
but
like,
with a sports game, the cues are a lot more obvious. It's a lot easier to like get everyone in sync. in a sports game.
And this is a hard movie because it just balances so many different tones. Like I mentioned this to Greg, I feel like they do like like it's like creepy, but at the same time it's kind of funny, but at the same time it's really
Yeah.
depressing, and it's all at the same time.
Yeah, it's hard to get
So
an
it's hard
audience
to get
all
it-
reacting in one.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
one
yeah.
unit.
So I get why, especially the laughing parts. Like it's hard to know if you should laugh or not.
Yeah.
So I kind of get it, but
That's why like Mr. America was so nice seeing a funny comedy again in theaters with people. you know?
yeah,
That
yeah,
felt so
yeah,
nice
yeah,
because
yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
had that in so
Right?
so
Yeah, that's
long.
a good
Yeah.
point.
That's why I was honestly one of the main reasons why I was excited was just because it's like I know everyone is a fan of this, and
Yeah,
everyone's
everyone
gonna
going
like.
Everyone's
to that
gonna
movie is
understand the
obviously
humor and
that's what-
everything.
Yeah, I never thought like everyone in that theater is like they know
what the
it
fuck's
is.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's it's not like you're.
Oh,
you get-
that would have been so annoying if like we were
Oh,
sitting by
yeah.
people who were like, "What is this?" Like I would have been so fucking.
Yeah,
mad.
because some
A
of the
bunch of normies.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause,
Yeah.
'cause some of the reviews for the movie are like that, where it's like there wasn't a single joke in the movie.
See?
like some of the,
Exactly. That's
or it's
why it
like,
was
well,
fucking great.
you, because I
Get out of the theater. Get out of here.
because I like this is I know like they were talking about this like the Red Letter Media like a lot of the comedies now I think
they reviewed
Hangover
it?
started it. No, but just like they're just talking about comedies now, and it's like Hangover is a big like they really started this. Where it's like.
What are you looking at me for? Because you think Tom Phillips is shit?
No,
Fuck
Tom
you.
Phillips is great.
But like,
you piece, you spineless.
I
worm.
never said they were bad movies.
but
Calm
like
down.
You said they were
like
shit movies.
comedies.
You didn't say bad. I'll give you that. You didn't say they were bad movies. You said they were shitty.
Yeah. that was-
No, what were you
the
saying?
worst.
Yeah. hang on.
But like comedies now, it's like everyone's like, "Oh, this is so crazy!" People are reacting, or it's like, someone stabbed in the back and they don't realize it, or some shit like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And it's all just like it's so like in your face. With it, it's like the
that,
dialogue, and it's
honestly-
very subtle, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's very
it's
like.
that international market, man.
Yep, that's
How
what
do
it
you
is.
make everyone
like
laugh?
Mr. America.
That's the
I mean,
thing.
it's in the Mr. America. Clearly, it just would not work in like
China.
Yeah.
China. But I mean, it's not even being. It's not. It was only released in theaters for one day, so obviously it's not gonna show. So that's ridiculous. But like,
That's why
Yeah.
comedy's hard.
I also
It's
heard.
hard.
I heard it was shot in 3 days, which is pretty impressive.
That makes
Damn.
sense to me. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, it does make sense because I noticed like there was a lot of scenes that were very like long.
Yeah.
So it's like each individual scene would like didn't
And-
take up that many days. to film.
Apparently, they weren't even intending it to be a movie. Like they were just gonna release it online.
Oh, okay.
And like, then they just kind of changed
Yeah,
some
that
things
it
around.
seemed like that. I'm like, this could have easily been in like a
Yeah, because
like
it was
a
like
YouTube
very clearly
video.
like a continuation.
Because it was
of
just a
cinema and all that,
continuation,
just like in
so-
a different format. But I like how they made like a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no, it was
liked it.
that, and the budget was insanely low. Like they could only afford like 7 people on the cast. Because that's why they couldn't get like Joe Estevez or someone like that.
Yeah.
It's just
That's
funny.
so
It's
funny.
also cool seeing the on cinema stuff on the big screen.
Yeah, yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah, like seeing
That was so cool. That was so cool.
Greg on the screen, that was weird.
Oh my gosh.
At the picnic table talking
Oh,
about
that
movies.
was so fucking great.
Yeah.
Those were my favorite scenes.
Yeah, the Greg scenes were my favorite scenes. Whenever Greg was in,
It added so much depth to his character too.
Uh-huh, it
Like you really
did.
making it's like, oh yeah, this guy's just a sad man.
like Tim Heidecker. Like Tim Heidecker, he's just playing what he's been in those,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
on
yeah.
cinema videos. But like Greg, yeah, no, it just adds a little more depth to him, which I kind of like.
But also with the Tim Heidecker stuff, it's like that's like the Donald Trump satire done right, done perfectly.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's just so like, it's not, in your face.
Mm-hmm.
He's not doing an oppression or anything. He's just being himself, but he's
Yeah.
being an asshole politician.
No, I think my favorite like era of Tim Heidecker is when it's before the electric whatever festival started, and he was just constantly hitting his vape all the time, and Dakar.
That was the build up.
Yeah, and Dakar gets so much more implemented into the show with and his band and his music and stuff. That was my favorite era of him.
Yeah, that shit was great. Oh my god.
Vape thing.
No, yeah, that's my favorite episode. There's no episode that beats that when he's just tweaking off his vape.
So sweaty.
That's perfect.
Oh gosh. And then my god.
And Hobbit too. That one's fucking fantastic too.
Oh my god. And when they reveal like he burned down the whole like the storage with his vape, and he burned it all down. He was in the hospital and he was completely covered in burns. and they think he's gonna die.
Yeah.
His son dies.
Yeah.
Oh, like, farewell, Tom Cruise. He ain't coming back.
Oh yeah, and then in the movie, I like how they said Tom Cruise Jr.
Yeah.
Like in the movie as like a name. Oh yeah, he's like because they were just like for like just making up names to fill out the
Oh, yeah.
to get a ballot, and he's like, yeah, we can do like like Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise Jr. I lost it.
And they chuckle about it.
Yeah, I love that.
I love
Your dead fucking son.
I also love the subtle relationship between them.
Yeah.
I was
the whole
so
time.
hard when he it's like that scene and he like goes up behind her and he's just like leaning like really close. I was laughing so hard.
Like, they didn't really go too much into it, but I learned how
It
subtle
was there though. It was there.
Yeah, I feel like it built up throughout the movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's great. And then the debate scene is like the pinnacle.
You know what it seemed like? It seemed like she was just like into him, and she was just willing to go along with whatever shenanigan to like make him happy. Because like Induction was gonna end, in like a week or so anyway. So she was just going with it to get closer to Sam. That's what it seemed like. But
oh yeah, definitely.
Because you could tell she didn't give a shit about the election after like 2 days.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah, a lot. We saw a lot of movies.
Yeah. This
in
was
the past week.
a triple feature. It turned out to be.
I guess triple feature.
Crazy.
What do you give Mr. America?
Ooh, that's hard. I don't know. In terms of laughing, I'd say like
Just
10 out of 10.
Entertainment, yeah.
Entertainment, 9 out of 10, close to 10.
I'm giving it a 7 just because like the story wasn't going anywhere. And obviously the story wasn't the point.
I would have liked to go.
But the comedy was enough for me to have a really good time.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, I would have.
What'd you say?
8.5.
I would have liked to see more like backstory with like Tim.
Yeah, like I like the subtle stuff like that. So.
I would have liked to see because there seemed like they make references like early on that he had like an older son. Yeah, I would be like, ooh, that'd be kind of because he has this. He had this wife that he gets a divorce with the blood clots, and you never see her. I would have been like interested to go, but it's like
blood clots.
It's not a tumor. It's blood clots in my brain.
Yeah, and like they couldn't go too crazy because they had like the budget, like they could only afford. So that's why.
Dude, that might have been one of my favorite on cinema moments. Where Greg's just giving him so much shit for not getting this. Like, yeah, we've decided not to get the surgery.
Oh yeah, that
like,
was so good.
You definitely should get the surgery. You're an idiot.
They are the greatest. They may
the
be
audience
my
can't
favorite.
hear you.
Oh shit.
Drop the phone.
What the fuck they done?
Look at the light, I think.
I thought I saw it too, but I definitely didn't. Oh, there it is.
But yeah, they're I think my favorite comedy duo.
So fucking good.
Sorry guys, we had some weird stuff going on. I don't fucking know.
Greg was still connected to his headphones or something.
Yeah, I was actually listening to music the whole podcast. I was listening to Metallica. I don't know.
Anyway, go see Joker.
Go see Joker.
Great movie.
Go see Hereditary. Go see Mr. America.
Yeah, go see
All of them are
of
good.
Those are great movies. Yeah, we've had a great week.
Go see
Oh,
old
what do you
friends
give
if you haven't seen
Hereditary?
them in a while.
What do you give Hereditary? There we go.
Oh, Hereditary.
I like that.
In terms of scares, 10 out of 10 for Hereditary.
Oh, what are you saying right now?
Don't interrupt me.
But just as a viewing experience.
I don't know, 10 out of 10 maybe. Jesus fucking Christ, that movie is so goddamn good. Terrifying.
I
And
like Joker more than Hereditary.
really, I think I like.
Yeah, I give Joker
Hereditary more.
a 9, if not fucking more. And Hereditary, I definitely give an 8, 8.5. And then I give.
Yeah, I'm thinking 8.5. Actually, probably maybe higher. Maybe like 8.7.
And Mr. America, I give 7.5 to like a high 7.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah,
it's like 7, 8, 9.
Also,
all of them are
my opinion would probably change if
Joker,
I see it
I think
again.
it is. I know it is. Oh
So,
my god.
Yeah, because it's, a lot of those movies, like, for the movies I'm really excited for, there is a little bit, like, of anxiety, Like, I really want it to go right, I don't want it to get into,
No, Joker
It's like Batman v Superman. It's like, oh, no.
They went so wrong.
Oh,
What's
no,
happening?
No, what are they doing?
I was so sad like the rest of the week thinking about the movie more.
I remember those. It's like those movies. I always walk out trying to trick myself and be like, I love it.
Yeah. I do too. Yeah.
But
not anymore.
And there's always a
not
week
anymore
or two after.
Since that. But...
Yeah, I've gotten out of that phase.
But before that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm smart enough.
You know what movie I've only seen once?
What?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, wow.
I hardly even remember the first one, honestly.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Though the first one,
I only saw it in theaters the one time.
I think I've seen it probably like maybe twice, 3 times max. But I haven't seen it a lot either.
Yeah.
Like the first one, I'm kind of hazy on a lot of it.
I think I've seen it maybe.
Don't you love that
7
movie?
times.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you do love that movie.
Yeah, that's a lot. Have you seen the first one more than the second one?
No, I've seen the second one more.
Really?
How many times have you seen the second one?
Okay, maybe that's. I don't know.
10 times?
No, that doesn't sound right. Maybe so. I don't know. I don't really keep track of those things, but I've seen the movies quite a bit.
Yeah.
And like marathons to catch up.
Yeah, you like to recap the Marvel movies.
Although Endgame, I just watched like the best ones. I didn't want to rewatch all of them.
Yeah, and Guardians was probably one of them.
But yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
All I remember is that the main villain was so stupid. I think that's why I never went back to it.
Yeah, but that's just the character.
But
there was
the
just
characters,
a team.
I'm like, and I'm like, people were really talking about that. I'm like, maybe I just wasn't in that vibe as much in the first time seeing it.
Yeah.
So you only saw it like in theaters?
Mm-hmm, yeah, when we went to go.
Fake fan.
Yeah, no, I definitely
Fake fan. I still saw it, Greg. I still remember it just fine.
If you're a real fan, you'd see it 20 times.
Again, I already said it.
If you're a real fan, you'd punch Martin Scorsese in the face. Like what I'm planning to do this weekend.
All right,
anyway, go see Joker.
Go
guys.
see Joker.
Go see Joker, you normies. All everyone.
Go see Joker, you normies.
Seriously, and appreciate it.
Appreciate.